Now, from the combined newsrooms of KARK4 and Fox 16, breaking news coverage.
And hello to you. I'm Mitch McCoy here at KARK4 and Fox 16 in Little Rock. It's just after 1:30. Our Claire Kreitz is in Jackson County at this hour. Following new developments today, we brought this to you as breaking news last night about the hearing that's been delayed in the Sydney Sutherland case. We have a lot of questions about this. We're learning that official charges have not been filed yet right now. Claire Kreitz is up there not far from where that 25-year-old woman was kidnapped, according to investigators, and then murdered. Claire, you're asking some of these questions that I'm sure everyone has right now.
Yeah, that's right, Mitch. You know, a ton of questions, and we're not getting a whole lot of answers. The one thing I can tell you is that I did talk to the sheriff, David Lucas. He says this investigation is ongoing, and they're not trying to rush anything. You know, they want to make sure every I is dotted, every T is crossed, and that is why this was delayed. So again, investigation's ongoing, not a whole lot of information other than that, but they don't want to rush anything, and they want to wait to file official charges until they have everything taken care of.
Well, that is a sign of good news, right? I mean, if they are being cautious about this case and they are making sure that their I's are dotted, their T's are crossed. Claire, did they give you an idea of when this next hearing is going to be yet?
Yes, so the next hearing is set for October 29th. So that's the next date. And they acted like that actually is going to happen. But obviously we'll wait and see.
Okay, so Claire, for those joining us who may not be familiar with this case, walk us back to late August.
Yeah, so, you know, let me turn this camera around, and this is actually the road, County Road 41. It's just off Highway 18. This is the road where Sydney Sutherland was, where authorities say Sydney Sutherland was taken, kidnapped. And you can see here, this is a memorial for her. I showed you this. I did a story about this in late August after this was put out here, but it started with just a white cross and a pink teddy bear. She loves pink. Sydney Sutherland loves pink, and you can see how much it's grown out here. You know, the community has been out here in full force. Sydney was on a run.
So Claire, real quick, let me just jump in here. So when you went out there originally, that memorial was just the cross. So everything since then has been built up over the last month and a half.
Yes. So I can probably find the pink teddy bear. I think this is the first pink teddy bear and just the cross. There was actually, her name was not on the cross yet. It was just the white cross and that pink teddy bear. And all of this has been placed out here since then. You can see this finished Sydney's run. That was an event they had. You know, again, she was taken while she was running. And so they had an event where everybody came out and finished her run. Just a lot of things placed out here.
So as people gather to build this memorial up, we come on now to learn that the hearing has been delayed and rescheduled. So we know that we'll get to the hearing here in just a minute, but keep walking us through this case. We were talking about her being, according to investigators, kidnapped, and then massive search efforts, and that's where you are, where some of these search efforts were happening a little more than a month ago.
Yeah, so again, this is the County Road 41 where where police and sheriffs say that she was taken. You know, throughout these fields, throughout these county roads, people were on ATVs searching for 2.5 days for her. It was an extensive search. I mean, there were hundreds and hundreds of people out here filling these fields. Arkansas State Police had helicopters out here. It was extensive. And then again, she was taken, and then a couple days later she was found. Her body was found just, I think, about half mile from this location, quarter mile from this location.
So that is when we get to the arrest part of this,
Right. Right. Yes. So Quake Lewellyn was arrested in this case. He is a local farmer. We have been told that they did know each other, and not sure exactly how well. We're told they went to school together, but they knew each other, and he was arrested in this case, accused of kidnapping her and killing her.
So he remains in custody tonight at the neighboring county's jail, Randolph County specifically, and that was because they, the sheriff basically just said this was a measure of good faith because this case was so high profile. Have investigators mentioned at all if Quake Lewellyn has shared any more details about this incident up in Jackson County?
Not that I know of. Right now everybody's being very tight-lipped, which they don't want to jeopardize this investigation at all. But not that I know of so far. He hasn't released any more information.
So what are people saying up there? I mean, you have, and don't get me wrong, you also have a very high-profile case that is also underway there. We're talking about the murder of a police lieutenant in Newport, and that trial, from what I understand, is expected to start here in the coming month. So this county is faced with now 2 high-profile cases. Is there any frustration that charges have not officially been filed since we know that the hearing was supposed to be today, at least the arraignment hearing?
When I came out here, I fully expected there to be some frustrations, but every person I talked to, friends of the family, they said, they would rather authorities and the prosecutor take their time on this and make the right charges. And like I said, dot every I, cross every T, than to rush into this. So everybody understands. Obviously, today was supposed to be a big day. But everybody is very understanding that they are waiting this out.
Claire, and I know we're going to have to let you go here in a minute because you're going to have to start getting on the road back to Little Rock for your report tonight starting at 5 on Channel 4. But if I do have this question. I don't know if you've been able to talk to the prosecutor yet. I know that he's a busy man. Has there been any allusion? Has there been any speculation, any conversations that have happened since the original hearing when I asked the prosecutor if the death penalty is still on the table? Do you know if that's still being considered today?
I have not had the chance to talk to the prosecutor. There, a little extra information. There are a lot of court hearings today, 14 actually on the docket. So he has been in and out of the courtroom, and so not available. I've placed a call, and that's a question we're going to ask, but not yet heard back from him just yet.
Okay, Claire Kreitz is live in Jackson County today. Claire, what is the big thing, and last question here, because I know you got to get back on the road to Little Rock. What's the biggest thing that people need to be looking out for, not just today in your reports, but here in the coming month? Because we know that that hearing has been rescheduled for later this month. But what are the things people need to take away today and monitor over the next 27, 28 days?
I think the biggest takeaway is, sometimes people might not understand why something like this is pushed back. But after talking to the sheriff, they just want to make sure they get this right. Sheriff Lucas says in any case, not just this one, they want to take their time, and that's why this is pushed back. And this will happen. It's just they want to do it the right way.
Claire Kreitz is live in Jackson County for us this afternoon. Claire, I appreciate your time. She's going to be back on the road here coming to Little Rock in just a moment to get ready for our newscasts that start in the matter of just a couple of hours. Claire Kreitz, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Of course.
That was Claire Kreitz reporting live in Jackson County today as we prepare for what will be a very now extra long month as we wait for the hearings in the Sydney Sutherland case to begin. It is an arraignment hearing that was originally scheduled for today that has been postponed. If you're just joining us here, Claire Kreitz was showing us live video just a moment ago of the memorial service that the makeshift memorial that has been built outside of Highway 18 near County Road 41 in Jackson County near the town of Newport and Grubbs. This is the memorial service that she was talking about, and she shared this on her Twitter account earlier today, and I would like to bring that up here. I think that this shows you just how much this young woman was loved in this community. Claire says when she went up there originally, it was just the cross. Sydney's name was not even written across, or her name was not on that cross a month or so ago. And it shows you just how much people have been showing their love and support for this young woman after she was, according to investigators, kidnapped and murdered along this stretch of road where she was running. You can check out Claire's full Twitter account right here. Just follow her. It's Claire Kreitz _4. And let me refresh, make sure she hasn't tweeted anything else. But yeah, this is her Twitter account. Claire will have much more on this story. Here you go. Yeah, August 25th. This was the original tweet from her. You see this cross with the teddy bear. This was August 24th, so more than a month ago. And then you fast forward now to October 1st, and this is the makeshift memorial that you now have outside of this area where Sydney was last seen in Jackson County near Newport and the town of Grubbs more than a month ago. So that is what we know today. Again, we just wanted to come on, let you guys know about some of these new developments that we're tracking this afternoon in the case of Sydney Sutherland. Now justice for Sydney Sutherland. A hearing was originally scheduled today for the suspect in the case, and that is 28-year-old Quake Lewellyn. Quake Lewellyn was supposed to see a judge today for an arraignment hearing, and we learned late yesterday that that arraignment was postponed. So we sent our Claire Kreitz up to Jackson County today to try and get some answers on what's happening in this case, and we learned that that case has been delayed. A lot of people saying rightfully so that way investigators can dot their I's, cross their T's, so justice can be properly served in this case. That is what we know right now. For now, I'm Mitch McCoy. Again, we'll have continuing coverage on this story right here on all of our digital platforms, including KRK.com, Fox16.com. I encourage you to download our smartphone apps. We will send push alerts regarding this case directly to your phone, so that way you don't miss any updates as this story continues to develop. But for now, I'm Mitch McCoy. Have a good afternoon. We'll have more coverage on this case and other stories as they break all day long right here on the device that you're watching.